In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the headlight assemblies on this Audi A4. This is going to be located on the front of the vehicle. Let's get into it. We're going to remove these screws. Use a T30 socket. Underneath, there's going to be 3 fasteners right there, and there should be a shield underneath here. This vehicle doesn't have it. You want to take those out, use a T30 socket, and remove that shield as well. Using the tool from the trunk, go in the center cap, and just pull it off. Using a 17mm socket, take the lug bolts off. And before you take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel so it doesn't fall. Take that off and grab the wheel and slide it off. We're going to remove part of the inner fender well. Just use a trim tool. Just take this push pin out. Just pop that one out. Using a T25 socket, remove these screws. Pull the inner fender well back. If there's any push pins along the bottom, you want to take those out as well. Just slide this back a little bit. We can see right here. We'll take those 2 out. Same T25 socket. On this part of the bumper, there's 2 studs going this way. You need to take those 2 nuts off. You're going to use a 10mm socket. So we're going to peel back the inner fender well. A little bit more. Set that aside. Using my 10mm socket. Take the nuts out. Grab that. And do the same to the other side. And then you can grab it from the sides. Just pull forward. Pull the bumper cover out. And if you have fog lights, you're gonna have to disconnect the connector over here. Push down on the tab and slide that off. Using a T30 socket, there's a screw right here. Take that one out. There's one here. You're not going to take it out. You're just going to loosen it because the headlight is slotted. And then down here, the T30 socket, you're going to need a long extension. And same deal. Just loosen that up. Because it's slotted, you can grab the headlight assembly and it just slides forward. Disconnect the connector, just push down on the tab, it slides out. On the back side of the headlight, I'm going to take this protective piece off. There's a wire tie in here. You want to take some cutters, cut this wire tie. Pull that bar out, pull that out. That's just for shipping purposes. Most of the time these are test bulbs, so you want to replace them with new bulbs. You can disconnect the connector. To get this bulb out, take a straight blade screwdriver, and there's some clips. You just want to push back on the clips. Just pull the bulb out slightly, grab the bulb. This is a H7 bulb. Make sure you don't touch the glass of the bulb. Line this up. And you're just going to push it in. Just make sure it's lined up right and all the clips are in. That's good. Take the connector, line that up, push that in. We're going to take the cover The two ears are going to go into those slots. And lock that in place. To access the high beam bulb, you're going to slide that lock to the side, pull up on here, pull that out, and the procedure is going to be the exact same. Disconnect the bulb, and there's some retainers holding that in. Just use your straight blade screwdriver, pull the bulb out, and that's also going to be an H7 bulb. Put the cover back on, lock that down, and the turn signal bulb or marker bulb, twist this to the left, and pull this whole socket out. To get the bulb out, push down on the bulb, twist to the left, and it slides right out. This is a P21W bulb. Just slide that in, push down, twist to the right, line the socket up, and twist it to the right. You can see on top here is where you're going to make your adjustments. You can use a hex socket, a 5mm hex socket for the up and down. Left and right is going to be a 6mm hex socket. And connect the connector. And line this up. Get that headlight lined up. Snug those down. Make sure it looks like it's lined up right with the fender. If not, you can loosen them up and make adjustments. Now slide the bumper in position. Before we do, we got to connect the connector over here. Plug that in, make sure that's tight. Line this up. Make sure you line the studs up on the sides. And push that in. We can get the two nuts that are going to go on those studs. And get the two nuts started. Tighten those down. Take these screws, get these started. Tighten those down. Inner fender well, get that lined up. And get the screws and push pins back in place. There's one up here. And we'll tighten those down. Snug those up. Do the same on the other side. Take the wheel, slide it in position. Take the lug bolts, get that started. Snug that down, then you can let go of the wheel. Snug those down. Now I'm going to torque the lug bolts to 90 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. And just go around again, double check. good. Take the center cap. Where the hole is, you want that lined up with the valve stem. Just line that up. Tap it on. Underneath, if you have the splash shield and the retainers, you want to put that back and install the bolts right there. This vehicle does not. And up top, put the bolts in. Get those started. Snug those down. Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster and using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.